Hello guys and welcome to this channel and my first ever video on this channel of me painting Warhammer for the very first time basically, or let's be honest, for the first time in a very long time. Since I already painted Warhammer when I was a kid, probably around 12-13 years old. I think it was at a time when Warhammer 40k just came out. I'm not too deep into the lore, so I don't really know what year that was. But I remember buying a big box of dwarves when I was a kid, so basically I spent all my money I saved for probably a year or two on it. And a friend of mine even told me to not buy it since I'm only going to be interested in them for a short amount of time and then they will not be used anymore and I will regret that I spent the money on them in the first place. And he actually turned out to be right, since my main focus back then was to actually play the game, but none of my friends were willing to spend all of their pocket money on the hobby too, so I ended up being all alone with my dwarves. I painted them, which was a lot of fun, but then after some while I didn't look at them anymore, which is very sad. And also until this date I have no idea where they are. Probably I threw them away at some move. So yeah, I don't have them anymore, sadly. But yeah, now I'm older. I'm turning 30 this year and technically I should have more money now, but I'm still studying. So the goal of this channel and this newly re-found hobby of mine is to do it on a budget. I still don't want to go to Games Workshop and buy the super expensive boxes off their shelves. So I try to find a different option. And I stumbled across eBay auctions. Since I'm not really interested in playing nowadays, I only want to paint the minis and to improve my skills and everything that is around painting and model building and whatsoever. That means I don't really care what exact mini I'm painting, as long as they're cool looking and fun. That's a big plus for me, because I can just buy whatever is the cheapest in any auction on eBay, since probably a lot of people want one exact piece and then have to commit to a price that is set online. But since I don't really care what I buy, I can always just go for the cheapest option. That's why I think I can save a lot of money in the long run. For example, those Hobgrot Slittaz I bought that you see me painting in this video, I think I bought them for 12 euros with delivery. And I even saw some auctions that were like a month or two ago for them being sold at 5 euros. Since I'm also not planning to get a big collection, I just want to paint, document it via videos and upload it to basically document the journey and my progress on my painting skills improvement and whatsoever. I'm not gonna sit on the models. I'm trying to resell them back on eBay to break even financially, or maybe even to earn a few bucks on the side. I already consumed quite a lot of money on paints, brushes, terrain stuff and whatsoever. So I'm probably like at 200 to 300 euros in the minus already. I need to resell quite a lot to even break even. But yeah, let's see where this goes. And now let's come to the actual video, what I'm actually painting here. So as you can see already, I decided to go for a greenish skin tone. Most of the models I saw online of the Hobgrot Slittaz had like a beige orange skin tone. I decided to go for a green one because I just like the looks more. The whole model basically has two different kind of straps. I try to differentiate them by making the ropes that are basically for decorative purposes at the bottom of the model in a reddish tone and added in some red highlights. Just very simple, just using two different colors here. I did the same for all the other leather straps, so the straps around the neck and the belt, as well as the pants of the model. I used brownish colors to try to replicate a leather structure, and also just use one simple color for highlights so that I not waste too much time on those parts. But still took me quite a while, because you have to keep in mind every single step I do in this model I have to do 10 times. For the metal parts of the model I used lead belcher as a base tone and then went over it with two different types of washes. First I used Armour's Earthshade, and then I created a wash from Corn Red, which is the red tone I already used on the ropes. and really thinned it down with a lot of water and went over it with a wash to create a kind of rusty finish, which turned out quite well. And to finish it off, I used a Vallejo model color of very light silver to just add in some highlights. For those little metal plates in between the legs of the models, I used the same techniques but just took a different base color, basically a Balthasar gold, to create a kind of bronze copper look instead of a metal look, and then went over it with the same washes, and instead of the light silver highlights, I used light golden paint to add in some highlights. And also, please excuse the bad filming technique. I know it changes a lot, like you can see the format switch here and there, because this is also not only my very first time painting, it's also my very first time filming something and putting it on YouTube. So please have mercy with me. I'm really not good at this yet, but be aware, I have quite a few videos in the pipeline already of projects I did in the meantime, and I filmed them way better. I bought myself an arm for the camera basically. In this video I still had the camera laying on top of a wooden bridge, if you can say so, I built. That was basically just a wooden plank that was hovering over my desk, and the phone was laying on top, filming downwards. So that's also the reason why the format of the video changes from horizontally to vertically, because I switched the camera back and forth to try and find the perfect angle to film those miniatures. And yeah, also now you can see the presentation. You can see me basically just taking that Warhammer handle and turning it in my hand, trying to get some good angles and smooth turning rotations. But yeah, it doesn't work very well. So I bought a small turning table on Amazon for like 15 euros that just turns on its own electrically, which is a big improvement. Also, there's a lot of other things coming up, like a lot of quality improvements. So leave a like and subscribe and stay tuned so you don't miss out on any of those exciting projects, and have a good day.